After seemingly forever of waiting for LEGO to finally announce the new Shire set, which updates this classic from back in 2012, we now know all the details surrounding the new Shire set. Now this set is going to cost $270 US. It has 9 minifigs and 2,000 pieces thereabouts. So in this video, we're going to give some additional breakdowns of the details of the set. And of course, we are going to talk about 2 significant flaws that I see with the set, especially that price. That's right. Is this set really worth $270? Let's find out. I'm going to put a card right up here so that you can check out our first reaction video where we talk about the really cool parts usage with the boomerangs in the front by the fence, where we talk about really great snot techniques to get the contouring of the hill, and of course the unique angles we see along the sides as we see windows fill out the exterior. But there are some additional details that I thought were very impressive about this set as I looked at the brand new images. One thing I noticed is that the length is around 56 to 60 studs, which is nearly twice as long as the original set from 2012. There are multiple chimneys, which I think is a great touch, although they don't always align with the fireplaces. I did notice that there are lots of stickers on the interior, including some of the family portraits, the maps, and even the rugs on the floor. Bilbo's chair is fantastic, as is the detailing around the nearby fireplace. The door, also incredibly well done. Even the inside of it, which features those Indiana Jones coiled whips in black. We also get some Swiss cheese in the set. That's the 6th time we're seeing that piece, which I think is really great. And I like the nice parts usage here where pens are used as candles. There are some really great aspects about the set in addition to that. First, I want to shout out the minifigs. We get 9 minifigs, and in my breakdown, I did not know that it was Rosie Cotton, so for those of you that commented, I saw your comments, and yes, Rosie Cotton is included in the set, although I will say I think her facial expression is a bit more stern than what she was like in the movie. And by the way, I really like her soft, gracious facial features and expressions in the movie, because it definitely gives her that side that you can see really pairs well with Samwise Gamgee. But the rest of the minifigs are exquisite. I mean, I love the fact that we're getting dual molded legs for all of the hobbits. We're getting multiple hair pieces for Merry and Pippin. We get the hat and hair for Gandalf, so that it works with the movie scene. We get the sitting Gandalf opportunity as well as the printed robes for him. We do get some minor characters like Farmer and Mrs. Proudfoot, which I enjoy that we get those minifigs in there. And of course, all of the great detailed printing on both sides of the torsos. I think those look fantastic, and I'm excited to see those up close and personal. So that's fantastic. I also think that they did a great job executing the ambiance of the set. Now we're going to be coming out with a video that talks about how this set right here, The Unexpected Gathering, is such a beloved and great LEGO set. And one of the things that we focus on in that, spoiler alert, is that LEGO did a fantastic job of making it feel like a Hobbit hole. This set from the images definitely gives that same feel. It's so detailed, there are so many nice features to it, but it looks like it's a hill, and it looks like a nice, comfortable home within that hill. That's exactly how Tolkien describes Bag End. And so I am a big fan of that. There are still some minor flaws. I mentioned Rosie Cotton's facial expression. I will also note the party tree. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, it does not look anything like the tree that we see in the movies. It looks very prickly, very spindly, and not at all a party tree. So that's going to lead into my 2 main criticisms of this set. The first of my 2 significant criticisms is that this set doesn't really have an identity as either a playset or a display set. It looks like it's trying to walk that fine line, and by doing so, it doesn't actually amount to either of them, which means it's neither of them, if that makes any sense, right? If it were a playset, you would have, I think, more play features than it already has. It would be a smaller set and certainly less expensive. Why would you come out with a $270 playset? At the same time, it's not quite a display set because you have all these play features and these mini builds on the side that help give it some sort of play features. You've got the fireworks tent, you've got the cake, you've got the party tree, you've got Gandalf's cart, you've got the dragon firework, you've got on the inside play features like the fireplace where you can reveal the true identity of the ring. By the party tree, you can turn something that helps Bilbo disappear. Like, all of these add some element of storytelling to the set, but most of them aren't essential. The main feature of the set is bag end, and if it's bag end, it needs to be bag end. Calling it the Shire by giving you bag end plus a couple of mini builds doesn't really do it for me, and I think that's a huge flaw with the set. If you look at Rivendell and Barad-dûr, both of them are clearly display pieces. They have the shock and awe of massive Lord of the Rings feel to the sets, and they have a couple of play features. You're allowed to do that. This one has too many play features to be a display set, but it's too big and expensive to be a display set. I wish they would have just focused on one of them and either given us an affordable play scale set or a bigger or more detailed or less expensive display set. So let's talk about that price. At $270 US, we're looking at a price per piece ratio of 13.7 cents. That is not a perfect measure of value, I want to acknowledge that, but I think it is useful in this case because we can compare it to other sets to see what exactly this is in terms of meeting expectations or if it's far more expensive than we've seen in the past. Now, LEGO fans, in discussing the price, I've seen on various online forums and YouTube comments, have posited a few reasons for why this set could be so expensive. The first one I've seen is tariffs, right? We know that here in the United States, the Trump administration is putting tariffs on different countries, and there's a lot of uncertainty with those tariffs, when they're going to take effect, how much they're going to be, how long they're going to be in effect, and I think that does add uncertainty. My dad was a small business owner for decades, and he would talk about how uncertainty really does hamper business climates from being able to make decisions about hiring and benefits and bidding out contracts and all those kinds of things that are important for them to do their job. So that uncertainty does perhaps add something here. Now, to look at this more systematically, I decided to take a look at the median price per piece in 2023, 2024, and so far in 2025. Now, both 2023 and 2024, LEGO released over 900 products, about 930 to 950 products. And in 2023, the median price per piece was 5 cents. In 2024, that rose to 5.7 cents. And so far in 2025, knowing that we don't have every single set in databases, it is 7.8 cents per piece. Now again, there could be a lot of other sets with great price per piece ratios coming out later this year, but looking at it so far, that's a huge increase over 2023 and 2024. So there's something going on internally with the decision-making calculus for pricing sets in general, not just the Shire, that is higher than it was a couple of years ago. It could be tariffs, but I don't have any evidence directly that says that it is that, but it's one plausible explanation. There could be other things as well, like logistics and investments, or just LEGO wanting to get more profit. A second possible explanation is that this set does come with a lot of specialty pieces. Some of these specialty pieces include canvas pieces for the fireworks tent, Bilbo's sign for his party. You've got the large 6x6 curved sloped pieces, which we do see in the new Disney castle and the Lion Knight's castle. Now, those came with a combined 10. This one comes with at least a dozen, but honestly, I don't think these specialty pieces do a lot for the price, given that a lot of other sets have that. Just looking at the El Dorado Fortress, that comes with 3 canvas sails. That price per piece ratio is fantastic. If you look at the Lion Knight's castle, it has 4 of those really large curved slopes. Yeah, it has also a lot of other prefab pieces that are fairly large, and the price per piece ratio is fantastic. Oh, by the way, it comes with a lot more minifigs. Even if you take a look at other specialty pieces like the curved the macaroni tiles that are printed, Other sets like Rivendell come with printed pieces, the Nexonite tiles for the flooring in Elrond's library and all that. I don't see how the specialty pieces are really that much more unique than what we've seen in other sets to warrant this price. Now, another element to this is perhaps the license fee. If we take a look at other sets, we know that LEGO will tax the consumers for the license fees that they have. We know this with Star Wars especially, or Marvel, or other Disney style sets. There is a cost that's passed on to the consumers when it comes to those licensing fees. But I think it's telling that if you look at this set, it's 13.7 cents per piece, is the highest we've ever seen for an icon set. You go through all 98 other icon sets released in LEGO's history. This is the highest price per piece. In fact, in second place is the Corvette from 2023, which is at 12.4 cents per piece. Other sets that are close to that, the Lamborghini Countach, the Dune Ornithopter, and some others that are large around this price overall, and also licensed. And still, this one is even more. So I'm not sure that the license fee in and of itself is going to explain this huge price. In fact, another set coming out April 1st is the Beauty and the Beast Castle. It has 900 more pieces for $10 more, although it does have 4 fewer minifigs. I'm not sure that's really an equal price point at all for these two sets. And of course, speaking of minifigs, that's another reason we might see this set be more expensive. The quality of the minifigs. I mentioned earlier how incredibly elite these minifigs are, and it could be that all of those details are adding up to quite a bit of cost. I will also say that Rivendell had over 20 minifigs. It had 4 hobbits that had dual molded legs, 4 hobbits that had capes. None of the hobbits here have capes. And it had a lot of detailed printing for all of the other minifigs for the Fellowship and others that are there at Rivendell. I don't see the minifigs really being the reason for this huge price increase. Now, when I look at this set, initially I knew it was 2,000 pieces. I was saying this is a $220 to $250 set. Ideally $220, that'd be amazing. But even if it was $240, and by the way, if you take the price per piece ratio for the Dune Ornithopter, which has 8 minifigs, it would come out, the new Shire set will come out to $240. That's not bad. If you charge $240 set for the set LEGO, I think people would not complain too much about the price. There will be some complaints, but not nearly as much. And that's kind of how I thought this set was going to be until all of a sudden you see the rumors of $270, and that is confirmed by LEGO's press release. So, am I gonna get this set? Are we gonna get this set? Well, I was talking with Julia about that, and she's like, yeah, we're gonna get this set, right? It's Lord of the Rings. We love Lord of the Rings, and our channel revenue would fortunately cover the cost of that set. And I don't know. It's hard for me to grapple with just how much LEGO is asking for this set. And I'm struggling with it, honestly. I do think that I'm likely to try to get it on day one, especially with that gift with purchasing that helps here, but it's really, really, really tough. For a set that doesn't really want to be a play set, nor does it want to be a display set, for a set that has great minifigs, but not more than we would expect to see in any other set, for a set that has some great building techniques, but nothing that jumps out to me as being better than other sets that we've seen that have much better price per piece ratios. I can certainly understand why a lot of Lord of the Rings fans and a lot of LEGO fans are not getting this set right away and may wait for this until it's significantly on sale or double insiders points, or they may not get it at all. I think in the end, LEGO is banking on the fact that the first 2 sets that they released for Lord of the Rings under the Icons theme have sold well, and they're viewing this like a Star Wars set. That's right, I'm saying it right now. I think LEGO is viewing this like a Star Wars set. They know that they can mark up the price on this, that fans might be willing to pay it because they like the Shire, they like the subject matter, they like Lord of the Rings, they want the minifigs, and they see somewhere in there some sort of internal, or in their studies, some sort of demand for this set that warrants the $270. Maybe they're right, we'll see, but I can certainly understand why a lot of fans may not pick this up and are upset that yet here we had an opportunity to get an affordable or more affordable, more accessible Lord of the Rings sets, and LEGO just jacks up the price. What do you think about this price? Are you gonna get this set if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, if you're a LEGO fan? Put that in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep building together.